I've been part of the Connex community for a couple years now, right in the pandemic. And I appreciate, I value really the networking and opportunity to learn what's going on and what are the best practices are going on, to share some ideas. Um, I was talking earlier with somebody about what it was like, if you remember, it seems like a long time ago, during the pandemic,
Yeah.
when all the new rules were coming out and everyone was scrambling. The HR team was, now like, wearing safety hats
Yeah.
and sort of pivoting. Everything from wearing masks to putting protocols together. But the value to have a group of people in the same position, and there was no correct answer. There was just opportunities to learn different approaches. Same holds true today, just not about the pandemic, just about
Yeah.
trends in the workforce. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a SHRM article came out a little while back that said 62% of HR leaders were considering exiting HR because it's just, they love HR, but it's so overwhelming with all the cultural and digital transformation. And where do you go from help? I mean, you're part of a very well-known brand, right? You're a senior executive that people look to, and where do you go for the answers? And as you said, during COVID more than ever. And I would suggest that it's just transitioned differently.
Yeah.
But still, the overwhelming amount of transformation with talent acquisition now, right? With the cultural and the digital and AI transformation that's going on. Perhaps you can talk to specifically, there's different things Connex do with the think tanks, the community platform. What's been most engaging for you? And maybe if there's a use case example of a relationship you built out of that.
Yeah, so there's a lot, I think, to unpack. There are opportunities to engage with others virtually across the country on an hour, 50-minute meeting to talk about something that matters in the industry. And it could be diversity, equity, inclusion, it could be retaining associates, developing. There's a lot to unpack, and you get the opportunity to hear from, even moderate sessions, and learn what others are doing. So I value that level of transparency and even vulnerability, just sharing best practices. Nothing's a secret. Like we're really close. You develop some really good relationships with people in the same occupation, similar challenges. And then aside from that, so that's the HR role. And then aside from that, there are a lot of resources. Okay, so a couple come to mind. You have a platform where anyone could ask a question, right? So I had a question that came up. I wanted to learn quickly what was out there that, if anybody had any ideas on certified investigation training. And I got a couple responses. It was just easier. It's easy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a benefit, right? Instead of me Googling investigate, which I did, by the way, but it was quicker. I got valid, credible feedback about some companies that actually do that investigative training. I had another conversation with somebody today. And then there's the partners that you work with that have solutions, consulting services, tools, platforms. And sometimes it's good to know quickly, what is available? What are we missing out on? What trends are there going on to incorporate different tools or resources in a company? And sometimes it's outsourcing some work, or other times it's adding something of value to fit a certain need. We brought in some coaching. We're exploring some other, let's say, services, really. Always thinking about what's going on. Who can I tap quickly? Who can I tap, or what company can I tap quickly to get something done? It's helpful.
Yeah. Well, your time is so valuable, and you're tasked to do so much more today. So when you think about, to your point, Google search, SHRM, LinkedIn, all the different ways people engage, quickly is not easy to get quickly in quality, right? That's one of the
Yeah.
challenges. So can you bridge that gap for us relative to Connex and the types of people and the preparation that we give you and the value that brings?
Yeah, I could talk with someone that engaged in a service or something. I spoke with somebody recently about a company they engaged with, and it was not just a reference, it was just a good case study. Saves a lot of time. Now, going forward, I would just think about this for a minute before this. Okay. With AI, think about the number of topics that will come up in the Connex community. Not companies that are going to provide services, although there's that. It's what's working, what's not. It's the anxiety about engaging an AI tool and learning from others that are doing it, or being a pioneer and going out and aggressively pursuing it to drive results. This is a community that would share what they've learned or ideas and openly talk about it.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's efficient. To your point, it does save some time.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe a good word to reference is you feel safe. One of our other members in your seat and capacity with a friend similar to yours in size said, Robert, it's really refreshing to be in a community where people are very willing, because there are other communities I'm involved with. I don't really know them and don't trust them as much because, not that I wouldn't want to, but I just don't know these people. But these are people that are peers that I'm constantly engaging with. I'm in the think tanks and the community, so I feel safe that I can open up and be a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah, for sure. There's a level of trust, and I can just tell there's very authentic conversations. I can just tell that the feedback or the opportunity to share some ideas, you give a little, but you get a lot, right? So you share and you get to reciprocate, because we don't have all the answers. And, I don't know if we'll ever have all the answers, but just to get some ideas, right? And all our needs. We have some similar needs in different companies, like a retention or recruiting talent or remote work. Those are all similar. And then each of us has something uniquely different that we're challenged with that we could share. So yeah, it's been good. I think the pandemic pushed a lot of new ideas on how to engage virtually. That's been really good. It's been really good. I think it's not just Connex, but a lot of industries, companies, the way we merchandise, buy products, it doesn't always have to be in person. So the combination of in-person and virtual I think is helpful.
Yeah, this is, you can't, no matter if you put a screen in front of us, there's still that element that's missing of the relationship, the connectedness, right? So
right.
That's, maybe you can share what that's been like, your experience here with Connexion.
Oh, it's good. You can tell when people meet in person and then you see them on
Zoom.
A virtual meeting. It's Zoom, right? Yeah. So you see them on Zoom, you can tell who's met in person and who hasn't. You just know that connection. Not just, calling them out on a first name basis, but just having fun. It's light. It's good. It's not tense. It's not intense. These discussions they're just, not casual. It's the word I'm looking for.
Intentional.
Just purposeful and relaxed. Yeah.
Awesome.
The tone is good. Agendas are loose. There's structure, but not too rigid.
Right. Yeah. Well, you guys are the domain experts. We can structure, but obviously we want to go towards the challenges that you're having. If we confine it too much, and I know there are people that put those kind of sessions together because they want a perceived outcome, and we want the outcome authentically to be about the needs that are most pressing for you.
Yeah. It's been good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, Robert. Good. Thank you.